Welcome to the Goofy Guy Podcast, an honest but not so serious look at Disney. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Goofy Guy Podcast. This is episode number 70. We have hit 70.
What?
I know, and we are close to our 1-year anniversary.
And yet I feel so young.
I know. I don't feel any older.
No, I mean, maybe after this week, maybe I do.
Maybe you do. Yeah, exactly. You never know, right? You never know.
It's been a weird week here at Camp Flaherty.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm Jim Spangler, your host, the Goofy Guy, and that voice that you hear is my dear friend, the lovely and talented Julie Flaherty.
Oh, thanks, Jim. What am I talented at? Tell me.
Nobody makes news noises like you make news noises. No one.
That's so cute.
I know.
Oh, well, I bet they do because they use prepaid ones, and you use
real ones. They use real ones.
Oh, there you go.
And I may or may not have signed up for a music service that has news sounds.
I'm fired, y'all. It's been fun. I'm gonna make it a year, and he's gonna be like, "No, I don't need your sound anymore."
It's the reason you were around.
Yeah. So write in, everyone. Let's do a write-in campaign. Save Julie's woot-woots and doot-doots.
Save Julie's job. Save Julie's job. Well, you're getting expensive. I doubled your I doubled your salary this month. You're getting expensive.
I feel so worthy.
I know. Well, you are just such a diva.
So you buy the new doot-doots and woot-woots.
That's right.
And then
You're just a diva. Marty has already volunteered.
I know, which is funny because he will suck at it. I love him, but he will. He will. It would just be worth it just to have you work with him one time.
You know what?
One time, bro, and you're gonna be like, what was I thinking?
You know what we should do? Because here's a little piece of information. On our next podcast, the next news podcast, we're going to tell everybody that we also have a telephone number that they can call in and leave messages on. We should have people call in and do their own little news doots and use them.
Our guest star of the week is doing the woot-woots and the doot-doots.
That's exactly
job
right.
I have after that. I have nothing else.
How fun would that be, though? That would be great fun.
That would be neat. If you want to do the doot-doots or woot-woots, why don't you email Jim and let him know that?
Yeah, or just do it and send us the soundbite.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You can do that. Just send us the soundbite.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, but you're so talented at it. I mean, come on, you've been doing it for, 35, 36 times.
I have. Look at me go doing the same thing over and over again.
I know. It's amazing.
What? It's almost like I'm a mom or
what they
something.
say to be a master at something, you have to do it for 10,000 hours. So you only have like 9,999 hours left.
I don't know.
Because each little doot's like 3 seconds, right?
Let's see how y'all's tired. That's a lot of time. That's a lot. That's an investment. I don't know whether I realized what I was signing up for. Yeah.
Well, you're 70 into it. So if you didn't know, you should know by now.
Dang it! Yeah.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we talk about a little bit about Disney here?
Let's do it. Our topic of the week is super fun this week.
It is super fun this week, and it's kind of the first of a series that we're going to do. Right? There are several different versions of this, but the first one I think is the most relevant to most people. Disney with little kids.
Mm-hmm. Little
kids. We're talking little kids. We're not talking teenagers here.
Littles.
We're talking littles.
Like pre-teen and under. Like even younger than that. Like,
we're like
10
and under.
Yeah.
Exactly is what we're talking about. Yeah. And this is really important because I think a lot of people think of Disney as kind of a rite of passage. Right? Yeah. Which I find kind of odd, that going to Disney World would be a rite of passage, but it kind of isn't. It's not just in the United States. Like, that's around the world. Mm-hmm. And so, everybody's always like, when's a great one? And I know you get this question all the time, too. I get this question constantly, is what age should I take my child? What age should be the first time? And I will be honest with you, I am probably on the high side of this. I think the child should be 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
think
know
for them
you want them to be old enough to remember.
I want them to be
Right.
old enough to remember and
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I took, so you all know we adopted our children, and they were foster children with us first. And when they first moved in with us, our youngest was 3. And we took her, and she has zero memory of it. The
Yeah.
only memories she has of it are the pictures that we have. That's the only memory she has of it, right? And so I think 3 is too young, but I also know that you take the trip when you can take the trip,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
so I don't want anybody to think that just because you bring your 2-year-old that I think that's terrible. I get it.
Right.
Right. I am
Right.
totally with it.
Yeah.
And so it's just that I think around 5, 4, if you have a little more mature 4-year-old, then I think that's fine. But 5, I think, is like the perfect age to start doing
Well,
it.
when I get asked the question, and I get asked the question all the time, I tend to tell people, the earliest age is the age that you think you can go 4 or more hours with your child someplace without having a meltdown.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good
really the
point.
main point that I make with
Yeah.
people. If you can go 4 or more hours without your child having a meltdown moment, not that they will never have one, but at
Right.
least a good long
Right.
period of time, that's the best time to take them, whether that means they take a nap or fall asleep or whatever, but you can go at least 4 or more hours
That's
without
right.
that,
And we're going
then
to get
you're
more.
fine.
That's right. And
Yeah.
we're going to get more into
Yeah.
that as we talk here
But that's
about
a
this
stepping
topic.
point
Absolutely.
for
And I
what
think
I tell people.
I think that's a great piece of advice.
Like
That's a great piece of
I
advice.
took our AJ, I took our grandson, and he was 2, but I knew we could go that long for him.
Right.
So
And he would be okay.
yeah.
And he
Yeah,
would be
and he
okay.
was good. His mommy,
Yeah.
not
Not
so
so
much, but
much.
he was great.
She's still not. She still has trouble with 4
Different
hours.
story. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to tell you what our opinion of this is.
Yeah.
This is not written anywhere. This is not the rules that you should follow. These are suggestions. We want to help you have the most successful trip
Right.
that you can possibly have. And so it's important to keep some of these things in mind when you're doing it. The first is pack your patience.
It's like we've said this before.
We have said this
Pack
many times. It goes with a lot of
patience.
stuff, but pack your
Yes.
patience. Also, along with this, I would ask you, why are you going?
Right.
Are you going for
Right.
you? Are you going for them?
Yeah.
Are you going to have a great family experience?
Mhm.
And I think it's important because if you're
Absolutely.
going for you, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because you're going to want to be running around and dragging your child around and stuff. But if you're going for a great family experience, you will absolutely have that.
Yes.
So pack
Yeah.
your patience. Pack
Yes.
your patience. Also, pack snacks and things to keep them
Yeah.
busy in a park bag. Right? We
Right.
haven't done the
Right.
park bag with kids yet. We will.
Yes.
But snacks, things to keep them occupied when you're in lines.
Right. And I will tell you, one of the best ways to pack snacks that I've found, and I've traveled with, like, I have a herd of children, and then I've traveled with herds of children.
She doesn't have a
Right.
herd. She
I
doesn't
have a herd, and we've done all kinds of things. But I will tell you, one of the best ways I've found to travel with snacks are the snack size bags that you can get. They're the kind with the zippy tops, right?
Yep.
And to use those, that way you're not trying to stuff a whole bunch of stuff in your bag.
That's great. That also is good for portioning.
Yes, but it's a great way to get a quick snack while you're standing in line or whatever. And I know that's a little more detailed, but those little snacky size will save you, man.
Absolutely.
They will totally save you.
Totally save you.
Yeah.
They are great to put little goldfish in, little M&Ms, little raisins, little anything to snack
little.
on. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I always say, when and the reason I've got pack your patience and pack your snacks, because I kind of feel like they go hand in hand.
They
right?
really do. Yeah.
They will help. The snacks will help your patience.
Yes, they really will, because and especially like this, we all talk about bringing up, and we've talked about this before, bring a bottle for water, refillable water, or, bring bottles of water. and bring the
Yes.
smaller ones for the smallers.
That's
So bring,
right.
and I know they're more expensive, so
Yeah,
I know, but
exactly.
they're the
Got it.
great size for them that they can handle on their own.
Yes. That's exactly right.
So yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
right. No, it's very true. Very
So,
true.
and it's a detail that makes a huge difference.
Yes.
So
That's
yeah,
exactly right. That's exactly
sometimes
right.
you just need a water and a shade and a break. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're
yeah,
going to talk more about that.
yep,
Totally. Totally. So this is not, I didn't, when I made this list, and I know Julie has looked at it and
yeah.
is going to jump in, this is not in any particular order.
No, it's not,
So just know that we're going to be jumping around a little bit on this
and that's okay.
because it was
Yeah,
just me brainstorming
yeah,
as we were doing this. One thing to know before you go, do not force your child on anything that they say they don't want to do.
yeah. So say that again. It's very important.
Do not force your child to do anything that they say they don't want to do. So
Right.
here's an example. I have a friend named Sarah who took her child and forced her child to do Big Thunder Mountain because they thought it would be good. He didn't really want to do it. He was scared of it, didn't really want to do it. And he literally didn't ride another ride for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So if they say they're scared, they're scared.
Yeah.
Don't force them to get on it. You will be much happier if you don't force them, even if it's something that you want to ride. They have something called rider swap.
They do. They do.
So utilize the rider swap and so that you can ride it then and your child doesn't have to because there's nothing worse than that. You will scar them.
Well, and I will tell you, our youngest son, is blind and deaf on the left side. He's unilateral blind and deaf. So, I'm sorry, bilateral blind and deaf, all on the left side.
Right.
So when he was little, he was doing great. We get on Peter Pan, and they locked it in, and we were all safe. And he had a literal meltdown right before it went to go.
Yep.
They stopped the ride and let us get off, and they put us in a little quiet room. Not just a parent swap, but there was a quiet room off to the side. Everybody else in our party rode it and came back. And then a very kind cast member came in and asked him very nicely down on his level if he would like to ride it, if he would like to try again. That the cast member even volunteered to ride with us.
Oh, nice.
And
So
he
nice.
absolutely said no.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, something triggered in him some fear. I don't know what it was.
Yep.
And so they let us all go out the back door. All rides have a back door.
Nice.
And we were very lucky at the very end. He kind of let our son peek through to see something backstage.
Yeah.
Through that back door. That was a little pixie dust magic that he got to see. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So
very nice. Well, when we took our girls on the second trip, one of my girls did not want to do Tower of Terror. Was like, I am not doing that.
Yeah.
I will not do it. And so we did rider swap on Tower of Terror. The other daughter loved it, which didn't surprise me.
Right.
And it was not until she was older that she finally was comfortable getting on it. Right.
Yeah.
And that was fine. That was really okay.
Yes.
Just don't do it. You'll just be so much happier, and your children
Everybody
will be so
will.
much happier.
Yeah.
Don't force them.
You don't want one ride to ruin your day or your week or your trip or your memories. You just don't. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. That's exactly. There are other things to do.
Right.
So I love this next one because I really think I wrote that the next one is for me.
I noticed that because he wrote this one all in caps, y'all.
Yeah, I really think this next one's for me, for Grandpa.
Yeah.
Afternoon nap.
Yeah, you need
so
a nap.
this kind of goes with
the
one below it, and so we're going to talk about both at the same time.
Yes.
If you're taking little kids, you are not doing dawn to dusk. You're not doing dawn to dusk. You're not doing rope drop to lights out. You're not.
Nope.
And if you do, you're going to be one of those people that you see in the park where everybody's fighting, everybody's arguing, the children are screaming, are miserable. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
It's real.
don't be my mother, right?
Yeah,
I spent
it's
my hundreds of dollars and you will have
that's
fun.
exactly right. It is just not worth it. It
It's
is
not worth
not worth it. You're going to have such amazing memories, and you're going to create such amazing memories with this trip.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it by
Yes.
exhausting everybody to the nth
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that really quickly for the nap. If your child uses a stroller at home or is on that cusp of using a stroller at home, get the stroller at the parks.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Because they will nap
Absolutely.
in the stroller.
They absolutely will.
And their strollers are big, and there's enough room for them to lay down and your stuff. And
let them nap. It's true. But I say, I say leave the park.
Yeah.
I say go back to the hotel, wherever you're staying, or the campground, or wherever it is that you're at. Cool off. Maybe if they don't want to take a nap, you play in the pool. Anything to chill out and get out of the parks. First of all, you're leaving the park at the busiest time.
Right.
Which is always my advice, even to adults.
Yeah.
Like, get out of the park.
Yes.
Now, that's not true right now, because if you leave the park, you can't go back in. But if we're talking normal times, leave the park. Do not expect, to spend, rope drop to last person out.
Right.
And just relax and calm down.
Yeah.
And let everybody chill out a little bit. And then, whatever you decide to do in the evening, you'll have a great time.
Yeah, definitely. I know when we've taken the littles and they nap, right? Because they're tired, they fall asleep, they go to sleep. That was a great time because I love characters, right? So I love going to see the characters. So that I would take the little person while everybody else was going to ride rides, and I would go stand in line with the characters, and they're great when your kids are sleeping. And those are some of the. My daughter was like, he will never remember this. And I'm like, these pictures are not for him. They are for me.
Right.
And when they're asleep, it doesn't matter. Just go stand in line and go see Merida, go see Alice, go see all these characters that are so good.
Tigger.
Yeah. They're so good about it.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. They see it all the time, and they deal with it all the time, and they're trained to do it so well.
Yeah.
So, it's all part of what are your expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are your expectations? What do you want from this? And it should be to have a great experience, to have a great vacation, to have great memories, to come out of this with great memories. Oh my God, I was using my hands and they look like they're coming through the screen. I'm sorry. I'm like,
he gets very excited.
So, that is really so important to know.
Yeah.
Another thing to know is to know your child's height before you go.
Very important. Yeah, very important.
So, Julie, would you like to explain why that's important?
Here's why this is important. And I, being a short person.
And so that we check Julie's height before we go every time.
Oh, we have to check every time because I'm starting to shrink. Y'all,
we're hoping she's growing, but it's been going the other way.
No, it's every year. It's a little bit. It's because I hunch over all the time. Anyway, no, it's just because I'm old. So you need to know your kid's height because certain rides need kids to be a certain height. So, for example, Jim was talking about Tower of Terror. When we took our youngest daughter, she was barely tall enough. I mean, barely. Like she was wearing lifts in her shoes, barely tall enough to ride Tower of Terror because that was the ride.
We're not recommending that.
No, please don't do that.
We're not recommending that you do that.
Absolutely don't do it. I would never do it again. And the reason is those straps only tighten so far.
That's right.
And the safety features, really, it's all about the safety of your child.
Right.
So
that's right.
Don't cheat those things. Don't do it.
No.
But she was adamant she wanted to ride Tower of Terror. So, know your child's height. Jim measures me before I go every time. So we want me to be safe and not fall off a ride. So
the other thing is that when you find your oh Lord, I could have gone really bad. Could have gone really bad.
It's fine. Go.
Go.
Yeah.
the other thing is that do it before you go, and then go over the rides that your child has said they want to do. Include your child in the planning. I think that's important.
Yes.
But
I mean, age, yes.
that's right.
Yes.
Well, the other thing is, if your child says that I want to ride Space Mountain, but your child is not tall enough to ride Space Mountain, don't wait to find that out when you're in line to get on to Space Mountain. Know before you go so that you can set the expectation of that. And Disney will help you with this. So, like, Disney will totally measure your child. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Julie, they have wristbands that they'll put on the child so that everybody knows that the child's been measured and what height range they fall in, right? So,
and they're different colored bands for where you land.
Fall.
I wear my band proudly. Thank you.
Absolutely. I see her wear it all the time. We measure her before she gets on the train, so just to make sure she can be safe on the train. So just do. It'll make your life much easier just in general. In general, it'll be much easier.
And expectations, right? We set expectations for our kids when we go to grandma's house or when we go to the mall or when we go eat. So why would you not set an expectation level for a vacation, right?
That's right.
They don't have to be on their very best behavior all day, every day. We're not going to be on our best behavior as adults all day, every day in the heat, in the rain, around crowds. I'm not that way.
Speak for yourself.
I am speaking for myself, girl.
I'm like, I'm on my best behavior as long as I have a cupcake in my hand. I'm always good.
Right. Yeah. Cupcake is good. Yeah. Maybe ice cream if you really want to sweeten the pot.
Exactly.
But expectations are a real thing. And the expectation truly will be at least one time a day, everybody in your party is going to have a meltdown and it's going to be epic. And you just need to let it go.
That's right.
Let it go.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So this kind of goes along with everything that we're talking about already.
Right.
Slow down.
Less is more, y'all.
That's exactly right. Yes. Less is more. Slow down. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy what you are doing. Enjoy what they're doing.
Yes.
Enjoy your children experiencing this magic.
And I know you and I have talked about this before. Every once in a while, and I know as parents, we don't do this very often. Even as grandparents, I don't do it as much as I should. Bend down to your child's level, like really bend down, not pretend, and see what they're seeing from their level. And you'll be amazed at how the magic happens at that level.
Yeah. It really is spectacular.
Yeah.
Disney is a master at it. A master.
You will be amazed at the stuff you've missed your whole adult life.
That's exactly right, because you looked at it from the wrong level.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so true. Also, you're going to create some special memories, like we said, with characters and just with things that they're going to do that you're like let them do it. If they hear music that they like and they start dancing, let them dance.
Why not?
Enjoy the dancing, right? Enjoy watching them interact with the drums that are out.
Yeah. Oh, those guys love that. All the bands love that.
Yeah. And, let it happen, because that's what you're going to remember. Those are the memories that count. And that's what your kids are going to remember. Really. Yeah. That's what they're going to remember. The magic of
things that happen without being planned.
That's
that extra pixie dust that happens that you didn't expect it to happen. And they're going to think you are just the coolest thing ever.
The best ever. Yep. Yeah. Also, you can't do everything.
No.
So don't try. Don't try to do everything. You can't. If you speak, so there are 46 attractions at Walt Disney World. Total. 46 attractions between the 4 parks. If you want to see people try to do everything, watch a video of them doing it and see if it looks like fun to you.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. Yeah. And they'll tell you, even they're going to be like, never doing it again.
Never again. Yeah. Even people that are like, I'm going to do everything in the park today, they are even exhausted at the end. So just don't do it. It's not worth it. And you will not miss anything.
No.
I promise there is no FOMO here. You're going to feel like there's FOMO. You're going to feel like FOMO is building in you, right? But just take a deep breath.
Absolutely.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Julie and I give you permission to
Absolutely.
not do everything and enjoy each moment that comes
Yes.
along.
Yeah. You'll
So
enjoy more because you were able to breathe and you weren't one of those families that was like, we gotta
that's
go, we
right.
gotta go.
And you're going to
Yeah.
see those families and you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad we're not doing that. I'm
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
glad I'm not doing that. So,
Yeah.
and we understand it's expensive. Yes,
Hmm.
it is expensive.
Hmm.
Nobody is saying that Disney is not expensive. But
Nope.
why did you go?
Right.
Why did you go?
Right.
What was the reason to go?
Yeah.
And so, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We can't say that enough. We say that a lot. Uh,
Right. I mean,
do less,
yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
more.
Yes.
Do less,
Yes.
enjoy more. So,
And I will tell you straight up, one of my favorite parts about taking AJ was he got to see Minnie Mouse for the first time, and she rubbed his little nose with her nose, and he
oh,
he giggled, and it was one of the best
that's awesome.
pictures I didn't even get until after the fact.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
it was a moment that I didn't plan. It was a moment that wasn't in a restaurant. It was just a moment
That's right.
that we would have missed if we were in a hurry.
That's exactly right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. So here's another piece of advice that I love that I always tell people,
Hmm.
and I know you do too. Take a day off from the parks.
Hmm.
Don't go to the parks for a day. If you're there
Take that one
for
in,
if
everybody.
you're there for 5 days,
Yeah.
don't go to a park for a day.
Yeah.
You will be
Yep.
so happy that that's what you did.
Hmm.
Go to the pool. Go to downtown Disney to have a nice lunch or a dinner or just to shop. Go hang out at the resort. There's so much to do at the resorts. Oh, they've always got activities going on. So many
Yeah.
hidden things that people don't
Yep.
know about.
Hmm.
Go to the resort. Just spend time at the resort. Let your kids play in the pool. Chill out. Your kids don't care.
No.
That's the thing that always surprised me was the kids don't care. They're okay with taking a day at the pool. That's fine. They're
They
having a
don't.
good time anyway, so they don't care.
They don't know if they're missing something or not
That's
unless you
right.
tell them.
That's exactly right. And really, they're not missing anything if you have a great time at a great pool. They're not
Well, and
missing
the
anything.
pools have so much going on anyway, and the resorts do anyway. So they've got movie night or movies. They've got
Yep.
some of them have like little campfires where you can do s'mores and stuff.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
I know my husband and I have crashed the s'mores thing. Totally, and it's not
Exactly.
really a crash.
Totally.
We were like,
No. No.
s'mores,
And
please.
some show movies outside at night.
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, it is just amazing. One of my favorite memories of our girls is when we went to Disney the second time. We were staying at the Beach Club Villas,
Mm-hmm.
and we spent a day not going to the park. We went to the pool because that pool is amazing.
It is.
And we had so much fun watching them do all the activities at the pool. At one point, they had this dance contest
Yeah.
that the girls were
Yeah.
in. Oh my God, it was the best thing in the world. It was
Yeah,
the
they do.
best thing. We didn't do anything. We just sat and watched. We loved every
I
second of
love that.
it.
I
Every
love that.
second of it. It
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, it goes back to those unplanned moments,
That's
right? So
exactly right. And we had no
sometimes we
idea that
can
was going to be
plan
going on.
ourselves right into a corner of forgetting about spontaneity in our lives. And
That's
we do
right.
that anyway because we're all so busy. It's not a judgment, it's just the way life is.
That's
But,
right.
we go down there because Disney reminds us what being a child is like. And part of being a child is being spontaneous in the moment and enjoying it.
That's
So
exactly right.
just don't forget that part, right?
Yeah. And
Because we do. Yeah.
and when we finally had to leave the pool, the girls didn't want to leave. The girls were like, "Can we stay? We're having
all
so much
pruny and
fun. Can
stuff.
we
Yeah.
stay?" It was awesome. It was
That's
awesome.
great.
It was
That's
so great.
great.
Yeah. So we've said sometimes less is more. Do less,
Yeah.
enjoy more.
Yes.
Really do that.
Yeah.
And I love the last one and you added this. I think this
I
is
did.
great. At the
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom, they have a Casey Jr. splash and soak station. Now
Yeah.
they have these
It's
splash.
closed right now,
Yes, it
but
is closed
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
They have splash pads all over the place.
Oh, yes, they do. This
They
one
do.
is one of my favorites,
I
though.
love this
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
So this is why you take the extra set of clothes. This is why, because first of all, it gives you a chance to relax. It gives your kids a chance to cool down. And it is so much fun, and the kids have so much fun doing it. It's great. Soak stations are great.
Yeah, that one's all it's the Casey Jr. So it's backed by Jumbo and all that stuff, right?
It's circus themed.
It is circus themed, and there's just something around every corner. And that one specifically, I put down because it's got great places for the adults to sit, but you can still see what's going on, or you can walk through with your little person, and it's great in the height of the heat of the afternoon, right after lunch, where you can go and cool off a little bit. And it's not so much to where you feel like your shoes are going to squish the rest of the day.
That's right. No, it's great. And here's a little hint. That store right there, the Big Top store, has some of the best snacks in all of the Magic Kingdom.
They really do.
So get a snack and enjoy the splash area.
Yeah, and just watch them, because I will tell you, my kids all their lives have just loved that little area.
I still love that little area.
Yeah. And if you just need a smile on your face just for the lack of, from going, and you feel like you're exhausted and you're just like, that's it, we just need a moment to just giggle over silly, that's a great place to do it.
Great place to do it. I totally agree. I totally agree. Right. So, yeah, it's very good. So, I think the takeaway here is to take your time, set your expectations correctly. You're not going to get everything done. You're not going to do everything, and that's okay. You'll have more fun if you don't.
Yeah.
Take the time to let your kids really enjoy every little moment and enjoy those moments with them, right?
Yeah.
See what they're seeing, get down on their level, see what they're seeing, all of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a place that's overwhelming for everyone. Right? It's overwhelming in the best of ways, and it's overwhelming in sometimes the worst of ways when we get to our limit, right?
I even get to that point where I'm just
overdone.
Yeah,
he does.
I'm just overdone. I'm like, I have to leave. I can't. I'm done.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind, right? And these are, when you're talking little people, they're still working through how to say they're happy. Right. And they're still working through how to say they're excited and how to verbalize these things. And we all know our children and grandchildren enough to know when enough is enough.
That's right.
So when that starts to happen, take a breath, calm down, find shade, hydrate, get a treat. You're at Disney. Calories don't count.
That's
Just
right.
Get a treat.
That's
right?
exactly
Who cares?
Right.
Get a treat. My husband likes to get a Dole Whip and share it with the boy. It makes everybody a happy camper,
there you
right?
Go.
Dole Whips fix everything. But just remember, we're all human. It's all right.
Yep.
Right. It's okay.
Really just enjoy the experience.
Absolutely.
It is it is truly special with littles.
It really is.
It really is. I even enjoy when they're not my littles. And they're dancing around and having a great time. It always makes me smile. He likes it
when I dance around, but I'm a different kind of little. I'm like,
right.
I'm like the grandma in Moana. It's like, I'm the village crazy lady.
You are
That's
the village crazy. It's so true. That's so true.
It's kind of my job.
I know. Madam Mim and also Grandma. I love it. Yeah. It's so true.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, I think did we cover everything? Well,
I
enough
think we did. I think we covered enough. And I think, we have talked in the past about what to pack, and we're going to talk about what to pack for kids. That's important. I think we've also talked about the fact that you don't have to buy all those souvenirs. Bring souvenirs with you. They don't know where store. They don't know where. Yeah, they don't know where they've come from.
Yeah.
Don't
get me wrong. I buy a thing or two for the boy when I take him, but
I have been known to spend a little money. Yeah. I have been known. Yeah, but so just
when they're little, they don't need a whole lot.
That's right. That's exactly.
And you're gonna go back, so it's fine.
Yeah, let's be real. You're probably gonna figure out a way to go back. That's always the way it goes, and that's a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
That is a good thing. So just enjoy yourself and enjoy your children, and don't push them. Enjoy the little moments, and it will make for a very magical time. You'll be amazed at the magic that will happen when you just sit back and relax and let it be. Just enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. Really. So So there you go. If you have anything that you do with littles that you think is a great advice, please let us know. We'll be happy to share it on the air so that everybody can learn from what you have to say. You can leave a comment on the YouTube video. You can leave a comment at thegoofyguy.com. You can email me at jim@thegoofyguy.com. You can reach out on Pinterest, Instagram, or Twitter. It's The Goofy Guy Blog. You can also find me on Facebook as The Goofy Guy. So any of those places is fine.
Do all the things. Just
do all the things. Also, be sure to, if you would, we'd really appreciate a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really helps other people. It helps our podcast and helps other people find the podcast, which is really important because we want to grow this great community that we're growing of fun people. So we hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you, because we know that you can listen to any podcast. You have a choice at what you listen to, and we really appreciate that you've chosen to spend this time with us.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon, and smash that like button. I love saying that. Smash that like button.
I know. The cool kids are doing it.
The cool kids are doing it. Everyone's doing it. Because that helps the YouTube channel too. It helps other people discover us there too. Yes. So, hey, Julie, where can they find you?
Oh, so easy to find. Thanks for asking, Jim. If you guys go out to cftravelcode.com, say it with me, everyone. That's crazy for travel.com. And hit that chat button. It comes right to me. I will chat with you. We can discuss, other things, other options I have for taking littles and what that looks like. Right. And I'll do what I can to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one thing that we love doing. We love sharing Disney and our love for Disney and helping people with their Disney planning. We love that. So, hey, I think that wraps everything up. Thanks again for listening to us. We really appreciate it. Be sure that you take care of each other out there. Be sure you're wearing your masks. Check on your friends. Check on your neighbors. Make sure they're doing okay. Also, make sure you're registered to vote. Get out and vote, please.
It's coming up.
I don't care, which party you're with. Doesn't matter. It's just important that we all get out and vote. So that's going to be for the next few podcasts. That's going to be my mantra. Make sure you vote. And if you're going to vote by mail, do it early.
Yeah, well.
Do it early. Yeah. So, anyway, with that, I think it's time to say goodbye, Julie.
Oh, bye, Julie.
We will talk to you all later.